Welcome back, guys, to the next tutorial video. And in this tutorial video, we'll be going over the other item on the left-hand menu items here, which is, of course, the account settings. And in the account settings, basically, you can either go to your profile information, which is all of the information that you have filled in during the registration. And from here, you can change your name, the email, your phone number, and you can also update your password by entering the current password and then putting in the new password that you would want for the specific profile. The next one is the address book. And in this address book, this is the primary address book that you have used during registration. This is basically the primary default address where you want to send all of your specific packages when you're creating a ship request. But don't worry, you can always change this by adding a new address and then making this address the default address, or you can even go into this address that you've created during the registration, and you can add this address to any other address that you want for either your home or for your business or for anywhere basically that you want to send it to. Just remember to enter the address correctly by putting an address name. So for example, this might be the primary address, or this might be home, or this might be office, or this might be any name that you want to give this specific address to remember it easier later when you're actually creating the ship request. Choose the specific country where you want to send it to. Remember to put the street address. If there is an address line number 2, like a specific unit or a suite or apartment number, put that in here as well. And here, if you're living on an island, it's always recommended to put in the capital city of that island for both the state, parish, and also the city, so that the couriers like FedEx, UPS, or DHL will be able to find you a lot easier. And also remember to put in your phone number because the couriers will be contacting you when they actually attempt to do a delivery. Or if you choose sea freight, the broker will actually contact you to notify you that your cargo has arrived and to help you with the next steps in order for you to release that cargo and actually pick it up or receive it at your specific location. You can add as many addresses as you want here. You can also delete the addresses and add the addresses later, and you can make the addresses the default. And don't worry, because during the checkout process, when you're making the ship request, you can always choose the address that you want to send your packages to. Next, we have the payment methods. In the payment methods here, you can see that this is by the default payment method that you'll be using when you create a ship request. So basically, we have 2 types of payment methods. You can either choose a credit card or you can choose PayPal. In this case, we're using a credit card, which here you can also go in and edit that information by adding the address, the billing information of this payment method of this credit card, and putting in all of that information here by updating this credit card. Or you can even add a new credit card if you want to. And the billing address is, in this case, optional, but you can add as many payment methods that you require here in order for you to be able to use during the checkout process as well. And finally, we have the shipping preferences. And in the shipping preferences, basically, you can see from here that you have the preferred express, which means that the system will automatically always choose the most economical shipping option for you. Whether it be air freight or whether it be sea freight, basically it will choose the one that is less costly for you. But you can also choose if you prefer to work with DHL, with FedEx, with UPS, or with sea freight in this case. You can either choose those as your preferred shipping address. You're basically setting the default settings for any ship request that you want to create in the future. You can also say, for example, you want enhanced liability protection or urgent handling. You can request for the packaging to have fragile stickers. You can discard shoe boxes, or you can add extra padding if it's a fragile item. You can ship it in its original docs, or you can also single outbound parcel shipments. So you don't want them consolidated together, but you want them shipped out separately one by one. You can also place documents in an envelope. You can set the maximum weight for a box. So all of those are shipping preferences that you can set as a default for any ship request that you might create in the future. But don't worry, you can always change them or remove them or apply them during the checkout process as well when you're actually creating a ship request. Next, we have here the tax ID, and this is very, very important. If your country requires import tax, it is very, very important in order for the process to go smoothly for the carrier, whether it be air freight or sea freight, for you to have a tax ID here. Because this will allow them to identify you easier, faster, whether it be your company or whether it be you as a person, so that when the package arrives, they know which tax ID they have to use to clear customs and deliver the package to you much, much faster. And finally, we have down here the additional email address if you want to give somebody access to your specific suite. If, for example, your husband, your wife, your kid, any family member or friend, you want to give them access to use your account for any reason, you can always go here and add their email address, and then they will be able to sign up into your suite and then use your suite as their own.